Alright, I'm gonna start playing.
Oh.
Does that make sense? That's not what I want.
T1?
That's not what I want. Hold on. I was thinking one-dimensional AB for a bit after I was thinking BC for a bit. Get rid of all those ones. There we go.
Yes. Oh, never mind.
Or if you want to, you can say that t equals a, and then you can do y minus y of a equals y prime of a over x prime of a equal, or times x minus x of a. Or t equals c, and y minus y of c equals y prime of c over x prime of c times x minus x of c, right? What am I trying to show you? What's different in parametric? You don't have technically a function in terms of x. So you can't just do y minus f of x or f of c equals f prime of c times x minus c. You have to think of, ooh, this is at a time. Now, what's super nice about this one? They were totally spoiling you on this. What did they give you? They gave you a point, which means you knew, hey, I'm plugging in plus 3. I'm plugging in minus 8. But what was the dilemma with that? Even though it was nice because you had your y and you had your x.
What? It was a derivative.
You have a derivative? You don't know the derivative, but you do know the x, you do know the y. You can plug it into y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. But the m, well, I need the y prime, which is 3t squared all over the 2x prime t minus, is it 4? Who's your t? Don't you have to set x? And y? Wait, you have to do both? You have to make sure it works in both, because if it doesn't work in both, is it a possible point on the path? No. And what if you plug into one and you get 2 answers out, and maybe only one of those answers matches with the other one? You have to be aware it has to be working in both. I know some of you realize this only works if t is equal to positive 2, but does that also work here? 4 minus 4 is 0 plus 8. Oh, is that a 1? Did I just read it wrong? Thanks, I just read it wrong. Gracias. 4 minus 4 is... I know, but why is my math so... 2 squared is 4 minus... Oh, got it. 4 minus 8 is negative 4. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. Got it. For some reason, my brain wasn't connecting that worked. And so, what is my t? Working in both? 2. But I had to come off to the side, and I had to figure out what is that t, because they gave me x and y, awesome for x1, y1. Not so awesome for figuring out what is the t I have to plug into my derivative. Okay, we caught up? Okay, a little different though, yeah? Parametric form of an equation of a tangent line? Wait a minute. Didn't we already write down the parametric form of an equation of a tangent line? I feel like CalcBC stole one of your endeavor cards from one of their forever quizzes, and it was randomly in parametric form that they had not learned yet. Oh my goodness, it's on an endeavor card. Number 2. How to find a tangent line. Upward. Okay, so example number 6 though. What was going on? What's wrong? Hold on, guys. I can't even hear someone right here. I know sneaky. Well, I technically haven't finished it, but technically, am I wrong? No? What would be the best way of writing this, though? Why is Lorenzo saying, like, it's number over 0? What kind of line is that? It is a line. kind of line? Vertical. Isn't this technically just an x? Ooh, I should write it in red. Vertical lines are x equals. So what does x have to equal? Well, you want to see it? It works. Not pretty, but it works. Y minus 8 is equal to number over 0. I would rather you just know it's a vertical line because I'm not exactly sure that I love how that math is shown, but it technically works. I think you should just do this though and be like, might have been illegal, but hey, I'm just saying it works. I showed it to algebra 1, maybe it was pre-calculus. It works for a vertical line. Not my favorite way of showing it. I would cross it out because they might be like, no. But there you go. Okay, but down here, for the particle to be at rest, oh, that's easy. For it to be at rest, what has to equal 0? The rate. Oh, easy. Okay, so the rate equals, oh, and Lorenzo just said dy dx equals 0. Okay, cool. So y prime of t all over x prime of t has to equal 0. I don't care about you, I only care about you. I can't have it moving horizontally and not moving vertically and say that it's truly at rest. For a particle to be truly at rest, it's not that the slope of the tangent line is 0. It's not that it's leveling off. A ball that's up in the air for that momentary stoppage is a change or a momentary stop, a momentary 0 of its vertical component of motion, but it's still moving horizontally that entire time, meaning it is not stopped until it has hit the ground and stopped all motion. Maybe it rolls, whatever, but until it's stopped all motion. Meaning, for it to be at rest, what needs to equal 0? Both. For it to truly be at rest. Oh, there's a life lesson in there somewhere. Both of them have to be 0. It has to be completely stopped. Has to be completely stopped to truly be at rest. Not like fake rest. Or pretending to be at rest if something else is still moving. Okay, so, or I don't watch. Because you're like, I'm resting as you're staying up until 3 a.m. watching your website. Watching what? Netflix, Prime, Hulu, Disney Plus, whatever. YouTube, TikTok.
I want to hear the life lesson. Misty, I want to hear the life lesson before we go. Last day of school.
Pondering what it means to be at rest. Well, you guys are asking for us to talk a little bit about it. Not right.
I remember how life lessons are full of They give us daily life lessons.
Oh, maybe not.
Or at least
maybe section by section. Okay, hold on. Can we fast it? Because for just a few of you, don't worry.
Oh.
Wait, can we factor and analyze? Yes. 2 things at once? Guys. Wow. Nope. I can't. Crazy. 6t squared minus 6t minus 12. We pull out a t. And then we have t minus 2t plus 1. T equals negative 1 and 2. Yay! Look at so many times! Let's just start listing them. This thing was truly at rest a lot. What's the only time both of them were at rest? Oh, yeah. Process. What's the only time it was truly at rest? If you were to give a justification, could you give me a good justification? Because the horizontal and vertical velocities are both 0, because x prime and y prime are both 0. That's all you would have to say. That's enough. Anyways, this is kind of what homework was on last night.
At least the first one. Yeah, the first one.
Okay. The second one maybe got a little bit more advanced.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm preparing you for AP questions, right? So we're just trying to get ready. Get ready today. Everything. Okay, so let's powwow just because we're getting ready anyway. For the AP, we're kind of powwowing last night's homework. We're not going to grade right now, section 11.1, because I can do that easily online, right? Okay, let's talk a little bit about what life is going to look like. Basically, we were supposed to be taking a test on chapter 11 next supposed to be done with chapter 11 before spring break and have about a week of AP practice before our mock AP, both of which have kind of just been canceled. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't know. Ideally, like maybe they'll give me special permission to still have it, but even then, you guys are, I don't know. So we'll probably just have to wait and figure out another time and maybe do like a everybody 3 to 7 after school. It is what it is. Let's do a Wednesday. I'm sorry, I have to be here too. Maybe not 2 times this time, maybe just 1 time. Maybe we're all doing it April 15th. Oh, no, people are going to be in Austria. Maybe the next Wednesday, and I just have to grade those times. Do you guys remember the BC kids helped me with the AB ones last year, right? That's still a thing, yeah? Yeah. I'll buy you Starbucks. Okay. Okay, so, coming back. Let's just ponder a few things. Don't I usually update my YouTube channel that theoretically people check out when they're absent and they come back and they're all on top of things? Don't I usually update all of that at the end of the day showing what we have done? What's different? I post an assignment, and when the assignment posts, there will be a YouTube video along with it of me teaching it. And so you can, in the assignment, just to make life easier, watch the video all at once. Sure. Spread it out over 3 days. Sure. Do you want to pretend like you're in college schedule or high school schedule? Anyway, watch the video for the section in the increments that you need. Do the homework in the increments that you need. Have it in by the due date. Wait a minute, but that stinks. Well, not really. I mean, it's not that different. You guys do that if I'm ever absent, although I've usually been gone when you're gone. But either way, coming back. What's weird? Homework questions. Wait, that's the part we didn't do today. That's the part that we like powwow back and forth and see how we're doing. And what if I, haven't I done this a few times this year, what if I, in the assignment that pops up with the YouTube video, have the evens along with it? What if you then, after you try the homework, I mean, you guys are going to have to be making wise choices on your own anyway, which is what you technically should be doing anyway. Which some of you should be doing in class and don't do anyway. I mean, you're at home, you're here, you can be distracted here at home. Coming back, it's going to be a little harder. I'm not minimizing it, just you still have to make good choices for yourself and for your own personal learning and progress and growth. Coming back, what if I just have the evens chilling in there like I have before? So you do the assignment, you grade the assignment, you comment in the assignment so everyone can see what your stuff is. What if we're all pondering, okay, maybe not just Miss D can be doing work online, maybe we can be doing work online too. Maybe she's going to have assignments, or maybe she's going to open up opportunities that then, with the comments that are of the questions, she can answer in little video tutorials, but so can we. What if there's going to be like an assignment that's open the entire time that we're gone, and you're trying to figure out a question of someone else's that you can answer to get your credit for the assignment? Do you have a device? Do you have a phone? Do you have a stylus? Do you have a whiteboard and a camera? Do you have a whiteboard and a phone? Do you have a piece of paper and a pencil and a phone? Yes. Okay, fine. Could you answer someone's question? Could you reach out and have someone else explain to you how to answer the question, and then you answer the question? Okay, I don't know where you are, but I do know you are, this class especially, in constant contact with each other in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not the whole class, but at least part of the class, because you answer each other's questions before they ever get to me, and then I have no idea for the poor people that never got into the in crowd that's answering all the questions. But anyway, there will be creative ways of us collaborating, but the long story short is, all we have is chapter 11, 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, 11.4, and then we're done. Vectors and parametric aren't hard, just the AP questions get tricky. Polar gets hard. You need to have your TI graphing calculator at home. Okay? You need to have that. You need to have your homework spiral, you need to have your comp book, you need to have your forevers and nevers. Why? Because we're in the AP is coming out, right? And after next week, maybe because of the whole Monday, Tuesday, teachers are here on campus working together, trying to get everything and everyone in a place where it's like, okay, now let's get out of here and let's just do what we need to do, but in like a safe space. That's why there's the whole Wednesday starting date. But guys, do you need me to wait till Wednesday and pile things on with all the other classes? No. We have a homework that's due on Tuesday. How is it due on Tuesday? Well, I'm going to post videos. We'll start it today, cool beans. But I'll post videos, and then you guys can just follow along, no big deal. Take some notes, try your homework, yeah? But homework questions, add as comments, so then the ones that you're still stuck on, I can address true, but your class can address also. So there'll be like an outstanding assignment due by the very end of this course exam. That deadline might keep changing, I don't know. As far as any outstanding questions that haven't been covered. Now, if I see a question that's been covered, I'll delete it from the comment thread. Does that make sense? Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to be like constantly on my Google Classroom, what's showing up. But if you do answer and post a video in the assignment one, I have to figure out ways that everybody can see it, but it's definitely if you do that, you could always email me and say like, hey, I answered homework number 48, number 13. Like, sweet, okay, I'll go delete it, and then it's off, and the video is there to help. But then also, guys, practice tests. Multiple choice practice, concept practice. You guys know there were tons of handouts leading up to the, not tons, but there were quite a few leading up to the AP last year. Okay, things for you to ask yourselves. Do you have a printer at home? But pause. Do you have a device at home that you can pull up a PDF right and not need to print it? Do you have a homework spiral with lots of pages in it that you could look at a PDF on a screen and show the work on? Okay, whatever works for you. There are so many different options about how I cannot be printing this off for you and you still be practicing that information. Does that make sense? Big question on everyone's mind. What about tests? I mean, we only have one left. It's chapter 11. Technically, AB has a chapter 6 test. For all the other classes, I'm not giving an actual test during this whole shabam. I might give quizzes and you guys just send me your work. Basically, I just need some way to interact with your true, this is what you know, apart from this, apart from endeavors, apart from the internet, apart from Sawyer, apart from a class. What do you know? I need to see it. You need to see it so I can say, listen to this and I need to address this. Does that make sense? So any tests that we have over break, any tests that we have or quizzes that we have, anything that I ask you not to use notes or Slater or anything else on, I need you guys to detach from the whole I want a 4.0 GPA or I want the highest grade I can get or my identity is wrapped up. I'm just kidding. That's not necessarily true, but for some of us, to be honest, including myself at a lot of points in my life, it is based on how well I'm doing. That's not what this is about. Anything that I assign is for me to see that you're there, you're doing math, and you're working towards the AP. Does that make sense? That's what I'm giving points on. So when I'm assigning quizzes or tests or AP classroom multiple choice practice, or when I'm giving you a practice test to work on, etc., what am I expecting you to do? Follow those directions of not using notes when I say so, so that you can send me your this is how and this is where I am, and I can, guys, it's easy. If you send me a picture of, I haven't been doing it because A, you don't need me to do it, so we do it in class, and I do it on your tests, etc. But you can send me, I can pull up in my Notability app or wherever a PDF, and I can mark it up, and I can show you what's right and wrong. I can grade it and just email it back to you. Like, I totally have that capability. That's going to be the easy part. The hard part is will you have integrity. So I'm not giving you any 100-point test and when we get the cheat, my grade's going to go up. During AP review, don't I give all those bonus practice tests? Just throw test points into your test category? It's not about, right? If I give you anything, it's not about the grade. It's about you need to be honest with yourself and with me when you do it. Does that make sense? I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what I'm going to give you. I don't know if I'm going to give you an actual full chapter 11 test. Maybe I'll just give a big old AP packet and be like, please don't do this with any assistance. And then grade it honestly and let me see that grading honestly. Maybe I'll have you do the grading, but I will probably do at least a couple things where I am going to ask to grade it. I'm being paid for teaching you during this time, so I'm needing to be available practically every day. Doesn't mean you can say I'm stuck, you need to call me now. But I am going to try to do online live math lab sessions. I'm trying to get not just me working with you, but you guys also working with each other. There's the Zoom app where I can send you guys off into groups of 3 online and have you working together on a problem. Yes, John? Just don't worry. I'm not going to count you off for things. Well, no. Just think about it. What's the point of stamp sheets? You guys checking in and me knowing where you're at. Can I do that online? all the teachers have things to figure out. But what's the long story short? This isn't meant to hurt your grade. This is just meant to help you progress and get closer to the AP and be ready. Is that cool? Okay. So anything I do, if you guys are questioning what I'm doing, how I'm doing, why I'm doing it, the platform I'm using it on, just think of my perspective. I'm trying to have as many things be tied to your already existent school email, your already existent AP classroom, right? Because that way we're not having to do all these extra logins and usernames and passwords, even if it's free and it's cool and like video gamers use it, I'm trying to keep it tied to Heritage Warriors for the most part. Doesn't mean there might not be something where I'm like, no, this will be really useful. I'm also trying to have it be as interactive and collaborative as possible during this time away, because some of you, let's just be honest, if you're stuck at home for 2 weeks, and maybe even if your parents are stuck at home with you, this will not be fun. So I'm trying to have us at least somewhat interactive, be like, hi, friends. And yes, some of you do that with video games, but that's not always the healthiest way to do it, and not especially if it's all day, all night. So maybe even with the math, and there is an AP coming, as far as we know, APs are quite a ways away in some ways. So I think it's still going to be hard. Anyways, I'm just trying to answer all the questions that you guys might have. The long story short, John Levitt this morning was like, I'm not worried about this class. We're going to figure it out. You already do a lot of stuff online. Hopefully you guys feel that way. I'm just asking you as BC. You guys are so dependent. I get that. But just realize I do have to be giving grades for these different check-in accountabilities. You're really there doing math, right? Just try to follow along with whatever I ask. Is that cool? Okay. And then if I am doing any sort of live math lab, anything extra like that, just realize, you know me, I'm going to record it. I'm going to have it available online. I'm going to have a way for you guys to go check it out later and then still show me hey, I know what I'm doing and I'm here. So along those lines, why am I not grading today? Because I can totally do that in a video. And I can grade and we can go over questions, etc. with 11.1, 11.2. However, should we still at least introduce vectors? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I'm going to post all the vector work probably not today, because you guys are meant to be, you're supposed to already have the homework finished for today. I don't know. We can still introduce vectors a bit, right? I'm not going to finish it today, but I will make sure to go ahead probably Monday morning, guys, because remember I'm saying that when we post an assignment or when I post an assignment, we have all the data there. This is the exception. I posted it today because I was supposed to start it traditionally today. So probably Monday, I'll have the rest of the lessons show up with the homework being due Tuesday. And please also realize if you guys feel some of the experience is kind of lost by me just talking at you in videos, I get that. We don't have the same collaboration. But also realize there are so many tutors online that are teaching the exact same topics for the exact same AP, right? So you can always delve into them. And maybe I'm going to do this more for AB. I'm more worried about them, to be honest. But I can do it for you too. Go find a couple of my favorites and just throw links into the assignments as well. So the assignments, so with the assignments and whatnot, just realize I'm going to try to put resources in there. I'm going to try to put resources in there as far as the YouTube video of the lecture, as far as maybe a couple links to online tutors that I like. But it's your guys' chance in many ways to kind of just take control of your guys' own education. Does that kind of make sense? Sort of, kind of, maybe? Okay, so vectors. Joe. Seniors. Okay. You're all apologizing. It's not for you. It's totally for me.
Check them out.
All of us.
Okay. Vectors. Victor vectors. Anyway, so vectors.
Oh.
Shame.
No.
Alright, vectors can be used to model 2D movement. Well, can they be used to model 3D movement? Yes, but we don't have to do that this year. Alright, so not just moving in a line, we've totally introduced this whole two-dimensional motion thing many times. But what I need you to write down and notice, not even so much for your homework, but for the AP, they love to say something is moving in the X, Y plane. How is that drastically different than last year? A particle is on the x-axis, it's in a line. The particle is on the y-axis, it's in a line. Where is it now? In a plane. It's now two-dimensional. So anytime you see moving in the xy plane, it will be parametric motion. Anytime it's moving in the xy plane, it is going to be parametric motion. And that, guys, I'm just telling you that because I promise this starts to get confusing. This definitely starts to get confusing as to the wording and as to what they're asking you to do. Okay, so then, getting all these random calls and I don't know why. Okay, it's like spam mostly. Let's go ahead and zoom in and try to do a couple examples as to what's going on, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get this all on the same page to be able to see it a little bit clear. Guys, please notice that, or please realize that just like with parametric, this starts off with pre-cal review. There's a card. There's a card. But we could memorize it, or we could just say, hey, it's going to be in the endeavors. Actually, it already is. And it's going to be in the notes. We're going to keep learning this anyway. So for today, let's just kind of review a few things about vectors, yeah? What if it says to find the magnitude and the direction of the vector? Oh my goodness, okay, for those of you not in physics, horizontal component, vertical component, we're going -1 and √3, and we're talking about a vector that's going this way. Could it be helpful to have your pre-cal notes and go back to chapter 6 in vectors and kind of review a few things? Yes. But could you also maybe at this point in your mathematical career do things like, as soon as I remember, yeah, this is kind of like the x or the delta x, and this is kind of like the y or like the delta y, the horizontal vertical component of my vector. Can we also be like, oh, hey, it's just the right triangle. And the right triangle, I'm pretty sure this is something I'm supposed to know as far as like a -1 and a √3. Isn't that a 1, 2, 3 triangle with a 30, 60? But couldn't you also do something like, hey, to find my angle, I know it's in the second quadrant because I drew it. Can't I think something like tangent inverse of? Can't I think something like tangent inverse of? Guys, who would my opposite side be? √3, positive √3. Who would my adjacent side be? -1, technically. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, all over blah, blah, blah. Square 3 over 3, 1 square root of 3. Hey, this is a 60 degree in the second quadrant. This is a 2 pi over 3. Maybe what was scary for you in pre-cal isn't so scary anymore if you know your unit circle. Oh my goodness, first forever card of calculus A, B. How can I find the magnitude? Well, maybe you know it's a 1, 2, 3 right triangle. Maybe you don't remember that. Ooh, magnitude, double little lines, and this is going to be my theta of my vector v. Anyway, magnitude and direction. Magnitude and direction. That was a thing, but chapter 6, pre-cal notes. Maybe while you're home just chilling, go find those. Find the component form of, what if I have a magnitude, and what if I have a direction? What if I know an angle, and what if I know a length of a vector? Can I use sine and cosine to maybe find A and B? But aren't there also kind of formulas like, hey, I can do magnitude, cosine angle, and magnitude, sine angle? Those were formulas back in pre-cal. They're going to be ones that are going to be helpful now. But we've already kind of talked about them with parametric mode. We already kind of talked about them with parametric review at the very beginning of the year. Some of you don't remember it because you haven't been using it because you're not, well, you weren't in physics. Physics, I'm sure you guys aren't doing this anymore, but vectors, that was a thing way back when for physics, right? Yeah, that sounds about right. If I were you, I'd take a picture of this page because this is basically saying vector calculus, things change when you're in parametric. They're super similar. Wait, so if that's position, just take a derivative, that's velocity, take a derivative, that's acceleration, and just have 2. Speed. Okay. Woo! Speed. It's really just magnitude of the velocity vector if you understand magnitude of vectors. It's the Pythagorean theorem. Speed. That's a tricky one. Distance traveled. Well, distance traveled. Hold on. Wait a minute. That's always just the integral of the speed, aka the integral of the speed in this case will be, oh, the weird magnitude guy. Isn't that kind of like arc length? Maybe that makes sense. Displacement, okay. Distance traveled is one single integral. Total distance traveled, one single integral. Displacement, I have a horizontal displacement and a vertical displacement. That one's going to be a little weird.
And, well, okay, the absolute value of velocity was weird. Absolute value of acceleration is going to be a little weird too. There's this idea, this underlying idea of magnitudes that we have to consider. There's underlying idea of magnitudes that we have to consider. Guys, I don't know. Endeavor number 32. I think it's already online. I know it's not gorgeous. 32?
Yeah.
I think we might have one or two more endeavors. I think we're getting close to them. But basically, what are we missing as far as today and what's coming, etc.? Oh, okay, Polar's coming. We're only missing as far as the other notes and the other video I need to post. We're only missing really further AP practice and some weird things like the at rest that you guys just saw. That as well. Okay. Dean and Gavin, thanks for joining us. We have a couple more logistics to cover, but nothing that you guys need to hear. You can ask me if you need it. But otherwise, I'll see you guys on